it's Emily. I'm so glad to have you guys back with me again. Thank you for joining me. In my last video, I talked about how God asked me to, was pushing me to start a YouTube channel and to spread his message and share our story. And I say our story because it's both of our story. Like, he was in my life since the beginning, and he helped change, protect me, and support me in many ways. So it's our story. So I'm excited to share our story and our journey in hopes that my story can inspire many of those that might be going through some hard times or just need some inspiration. So a little bit about me. I am adopted and I'm hoping to find my family, and it's been nearly impossible. So I thought maybe like social media might be a good idea and see if there's anyone out there that's was in a similar situation as I am or have been in my situation where they were looking and seeking their family. And if you have any tips and tricks that you want to share that maybe I might not have thought of, it would be great to brainstorm. So yeah, just leave those ideas in your comments, and it would just be great to like get together and just like kind of grow and help other people that might also be adopted, is trying to seek their family. It'd be nice to get some ways to help each other. So I was adopted at a young age. My biological father put me up for adoption, and he had made it very clear that he didn't want us back. So when I was in the adoption, like when I was in the orphanage, he had told the workers that he didn't want us to find him. So if we were to reach out to the orphanage and we asked, hey, I'm trying to look for my dad, is there any way we can get information regarding him so then we could go see him? And I did do that, and they were like, no, your dad said he absolutely does not want any contact from you. I'm not going to give you any more information than that of the paperwork that was given to your parents. So we had no luck with that. And it was very clear that he didn't want us to be, he didn't want us to find him. So I'm not sure if I'll ever get a chance to see my dad, or if it's even possible to find my family. It's kind of been really hard. I've been at it for 5 years searching for my family, and I haven't had any luck. I have tried 23andMe. I've heard some really, really good things about 23andMe from those that were looking for their family, and they were able to connect pretty swiftly and fast. And it's been amazing to see just how they were able to connect with their family. But unfortunately, that didn't work for me. And I kind of think it's probably has to do with how I was like raised in the country I was adopted from. My dad was really poor, so my family was really poor, and he worked as a painter. So it wasn't a really good job. It was just making ends meet, right? We lived in a poor area, and so I'm assuming that might be what's really hard for me to find my family, because maybe they're not up to speed on technology. Who knows? I'm hoping, and there is a possibility that we might be able to find him. So I am recording my journey in hopes that I could find him. So a little bit about my family in this country. I was, my parents had 9 children. I was the 8th child, so I was fairly young, and all of us were girls except for one, which was our older brother. He was the oldest, and my dad put me and my three other siblings up for adoption due to this accident that happened, which caused a separation from my other siblings as well as my grandparents. So after my accident, there definitely was a lot of pain and guilt from my dad, and you can tell because he just couldn't look at me. There was just a lot of sadness and just I think a lot of different emotions, like anger. He just didn't want to even try to connect. He was disconnected from the accident, and it brought a lot of turmoil and sadness. And and you could see he was going through a lot of emotional, mental damage, and it was really, really hard on him because he was actually at fault with what had happened. If he was aware and he wasn't consuming like substances that had caused this accident to happen, I don't think it would have been nearly as bad. It would have been manageable. But because he was consumed with substances that he wasn't sober-minded and he didn't think clearly, it really did cause just a bigger, just like a bigger like accident than it should have, and it separated our family. And so I really do feel for families that go through such hard times that might feel like they're not, there's family that have it hard. They consume things in their life to numb their pain, to numb just what they're going through. And sometimes, like, I guess it works out for them, but there's always like an effect, like something hurtful happens. Like in my case, it ended up causing separation. In other family, it can cause like internal damage, and then it repeats that same cycle when they get older. So it doesn't really help. But I really do feel for those people that go through some hard trials in their life. And I don't ever wish that upon anybody because it's just really hard. We're all just trying to grow. We're all just trying to learn. And we're just trying to survive here on this earth. And I'm hoping that we're all just trying our best. So this accident just brought a lot of pain, and I was separated. Obviously, I keep saying that, but I was 3 years old, and it brought a lot of pain, and he blamed himself a lot from what had happened. And it just added more pain on him. And I don't know. I don't have, and I've never been bitter towards him. I've always had compassion for him, and I've always felt like this pain. You put yourself in somebody else's shoes, and I can only imagine like what the stress level that he was going through, having to raise 9 children and having an occupation as a painter. Like that's hard. And so like sometimes we need to like put ourselves in people's shoes to really like take in what they might be feeling. And though my dad was suppressing, like not wanting me to see him anymore, doesn't mean that that's what I want. I really truly feel like if I could find my dad, I could probably help release a lot of like sadness and pain and pent up like energy that's giving him a life that isn't pleasing. And you're like, it's not always the best idea to, it actually isn't ever the best idea is to suffocate your feelings. Like we shouldn't, excuse me, we shouldn't do that. We really should have God in our life. And that's where I'm very fortunate. When I was adopted, I really was able to connect with God. And not everybody has that. And I was able to like kind of grow and learn and gain a relationship with him. But not every like person like my dad has that, or maybe a lot of people are just angry and bitter towards whoever caused them pain. And it's not always that way. And it shouldn't always be that. We shouldn't always take that blame, because the things that we go through are lessons. We can always become better and improve and help others as we grow and learn. But we end up hurting ourselves and causing more pain and more frustration, more trauma in our own life. It's like self-infliction, and it doesn't need to be there. But for the sake of my dad, like, I would like to tell you what the accident is, but I don't think it's the time. I will tell you in the next video, because I feel like that video deserves its own story and its own video. And so I'll be telling you what that accident is. But I feel like he definitely needs that closure from me to say, hey, look, I'm fine. Everything is fine. And I'm good. And I just want you to live the rest of your life in peace and joy. And try to do things that you like. Don't worry about me anymore. I'm good. But I'm not sure if he's even alive. That's another reason why I'm pushing towards trying to find my dad, is I don't know if he's alive. And if he is, like, why not give him that opportunity? He would be much older by now, and I would like to give him that closure. Like I said, you might be wondering what that accident is, and I would like to tell you, but it needs to be in the next video. If you, I think it would be worth it having you guys join me on this journey to see if I do end up finding my family. I think it would be awesome. I'll be giving you like the raw evidences of like if it becomes successful or not. You'll be able to see firsthand the struggles I'm going through, and I'll be keeping it completely raw. And so I'll be documenting this story in hopes that I can find my family and give my dad a sense of peace and forgiveness. Like I think he deserves it. It's been way too long. Even though I haven't told you what the accident is, and I'm sure you're curious what it is, I will be saying that in the next video. But in the meantime, I think it would be great to engage with one another and drop it down in the comments of where you think I'm from. I get a lot of people saying, oh, you're from this area, you're from this area, oh, you're from this, this is your nationality, no, this is your national. It's kind of cool to see like where people think I'm from, and you get a lot of different types. Like one of the things that, it's kind of funny, but one person had mentioned, hey, I think you're Caucasian. Like, oh, dude, no, I am not Caucasian. Like, are you joking with me? It's like, no, I think you're Caucasian. Like, you're Caucasian, bud. Like, no, I'm not Caucasian, like skin color. So like, it's just kind of funny. I just laugh about like silly things like that, but it would be kind of cool to see where people might think where I'm from. And then also, if you want to know what happened in my, like what the accident was, also drop that in the comments and let me know what you think the accident was and what it might be. And then I'll be sharing that in the next video in hopes to see if your answer was right or not. But just something to engage and like try to connect with each other and build a long-lasting friendship. So make sure you drop that in the comment. In the next video, I'll be sure to answer those 2 questions. But in the meantime, please don't forget to subscribe and follow my journey. I think it will be fun to have you on it, and and like, it's just the start of this YouTube channel, but who knows when that next video will be. Like, it could be in like 20 videos, or I don't know, it could be a little later of when I finally actually see my family. And it would be cool to have you guys join me and see for yourself how I got there, and it would be fun.